All right, welcome back to remote learning. Let's have a look at time zones, which is our focus for today's lesson. With time zones, obviously different parts of the earth are exposed to daylight and nighttime at different times of the day. So that's why we have time zones. When you're working with time zones, you've got to assume that every 1 degree is a 4-minute time difference, or 15 degrees is 1 hour time difference, because 4 times 15 is 60. 60 minutes is an hour. So that's how they came up with that. Also, when you're working through these questions, remember the prime meridian, which is London time. So this line that runs up and down here is Greenwich Mean Time. And what that means is that places to the east, so these are ahead of that Greenwich Mean Time. So if you're in this pink zone, you're 1 hour ahead. If you're in this orange zone here, you're 2 hours ahead, and so on and so forth. If you're to the west, over here, so once we move from the purple into the blue zone, that's 1 hour behind Greenwich Mean Time. If we're over here where it's yellow, where Alaska is, you're 9 hours behind Greenwich Mean Time. And we don't worry about daylight savings in this subject. It just makes everything a little bit more difficult, so we just keep it simple. Okay, when I created this worksheet, Donald Trump was the president and Scott Morrison had just been elected in. We know that Donald Trump's no longer the president, and we know that the Prime Minister has been in place for a little while now. But let's continue. New Prime Minister Scott Morrison takes a phone call from the President Donald Trump. Canberra is located at 35 degrees south, 149 degrees east, while Washington, D.C. is 39 degrees north and 77 degrees west. Now, we give you a lot of extra information, including the south and the north. Don't worry about that. We're just going to focus on the east and the west. So we're just going to worry about the east and the west, not the south and the north. All right, question 1 says, what is the time difference between these two capital cities? So we need to work out what the difference in longitude is. Now, was 149. Canberra was 149 degrees east and Washington was 77 degrees west. So because one's one way and one's the other way, we're going to add them up and we're going to get 226 degrees. So what that means is we're going to assume each degree is 1 hour. So 226 over 15 equals 15 hours and 1/15. We're just going to round it off to 15 because that's easier. And what we're going to do is also keep in mind that Melbourne is east of the prime meridian and Washington is west. So that means that Melbourne is ahead 15 hours. So let's say that Trump wanted to catch Morrison early on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. He's going to have to place the call at a certain time. So the way you work that out is, 9 hours, that means between 12 a.m. and 9 a.m. that's 9. Okay, and 15 minus 9 will mean it's got to happen 6 hours before midnight, and 6 hours before midnight is 6 p.m. And I did leave out a detail. It'll be 6 p.m. on Monday evening. You would have to say the day as well. All right, here's an example. Singapore is 1 degree north, 104 degrees east, and Sydney 34 degrees south and 151 degrees east. Again, we don't care about the north-south. We're just going to focus on the east and west. Now, they're both east, so we're going to subtract. 151 minus 104 is 47 degrees. So the difference in longitude between the two is 47 degrees. Now we're going to divide that by 15 to get the closest hour, and 3 15s go into 47 with 2 left over. Okay, so we're going to round that off, 3 hours. Next example is the difference between Berlin, which is 13 degrees east, and Kingston at 77 degrees west. You can see in this question, they've gotten rid of the north-south, so there's a little less information. You can just focus on what we need to do. Now, because one's east and one's west, we're going to add them. 13 plus 77 is 90 degrees in total. We're going to divide 90 by 15, and it'll fit nice and neatly 6, I believe. 6 lots of 15 go into 90, so that's 6 hours time difference. Okay, and that's it. So nice short video. If you get stuck, of course, you could just ask me for help. But good luck, guys.